Welcome back, fans and friends. As a sort of follow-up to the previous video, I have the next truck. Actually, it's not really the next truck. It depends on your opinion of the Ford Ranchero. But it is this one right here, the Chevrolet S-10 Durango. And so we'll just quickly go over the back before I get to the front. The Dodge, the Ford, the GM, the Michelin, the Ram, the 17322, and the 14562B. And so this truck though, so it looks very small for what it is. I don't know the S10 scaling compared to today, but anyway, will be more or less interested to know if the hood opens, because more or less now, if you're going to pay $10 for something, you would rather end up with that Interceptor I did recently rather than the Taurus, where the Taurus does not do anything besides look nice. So there we can see, it'll be more clear when I get it out, but it doesn't say S10 Durango. So I'm hoping it says S10 Durango somewhere on the vehicle, because it says S10 Maxicab. I don't know if that's a huge deal breaker for people, but it is kind of disappointing when they don't put what they have on the label on the vehicle. So I'm just bringing it up. It's not really like I am not what I would call a hardcore truck person, but there are people who are. And it is the usual stuff. We're getting the blue collar, Series 11, 14 Plus, 164, limited edition. This is the clamshell, and this is the plastic insert that you would be taking out. I didn't actually see the tarp. There is in fact a tarp on the bed. And the one thing I didn't point out in the last video is the D100 does not have rear view mirrors, but this one does. I'm hoping that there is an engine under this hood if it opens. Anyway, tarp comes off. So technically it does have one accessory, as small and as simple and basic as that accessory is. So the hood appears to be cut in, but not unglued. So that's a little bit disappointing. So I'll just go over the rest of the vehicle then. So it looks very nice and simple. The box type from the 80s. Easily recognizable. The plastic that makes up the windows is easy to see through. And you can see there how clearly the cutout is, but it does not open. So you can see it's been glued here and glued there, or just very strongly stamped. I don't want to put a knife in and try to jack it open because I don't want to damage it. We're going to go to the side here. We do see S10. There is writing underneath it. It is the world's tiniest writing. I believe it does say, I don't know what it says. I need a magnifying glass. But I think in front of it, just behind the headlights, it does say V6. Okay, upon further research, that is in fact what it says there. It is S10 and Durango underneath and V6 on the front of it. So I apologize for that little bit of a delay. Gas cap is there, the only difference between that and that. So therefore we will know what it is with the magnifying glass. Unfortunately, we will not be able to see the V6 because, like I said, it's perfectly cut out. I brought this up with M2. But you cannot, without damaging it, pop the hood. And even if you do pop the hood, there's no guarantee there's an actual engine on display. So this truck, unfortunately, you can see the wheel wobble there. I don't know, it doesn't look like it because it has high wheel wells. It'll probably roll very well. Hopefully, we'll see. And just moving to the back, we can see the beige background does not fit the Chevrolet, does not make it easy to see. This light is painted more back than this light. You can just see the difference. So a bit of a mispaint. Hopefully it's not on yours. Handle to open the door to the bed is done reasonably well. There's the license plate, nothing on it. They could have put S10 or something else. The wheels appear to be more or less, there's a little bit of a gap there. But more or less, I mean, as long as it rolls, or it looks like it's going to roll, shouldn't be too bad. The spine, once again, always check before you buy. Make sure it's not bent. And so is there anything else? Door handles, just moving to the bottom. And so for some unknown reason, we saw on the D100, they didn't use black lettering for the silver underside. They used the silver. So here we're now talking about before, 1983 Chevrolet S10 Maxicab. It doesn't say Durango. You're going to have to get a magnifying glass and read it there yourself. So they could have put that, and the number 17322 matches what we have on the packaging. The limited edition number right there, 2786, not 88, 286. And I do not see where the GL number is. It's there. That's the basics of the under. There's the exhaust. Really weird that it has two identical stampings there. I think that just might be a miss. But I have never seen the underside of one of these trucks, so I'm not sure. It does look like it's a misstamping. A single one appears on the D100 that is not usually present on Greenlight vehicles, so that is highly unusual. As for the GL number, I believe it's right here, 205A is what I believe it says, and there's the gas tank. So it's just unusual. I've never seen this sort of a stamping on any of the trucks I have, and that includes like the Dualis, which are much larger than this. So I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully they don't continue it, because it does look kind of nasty if you're going to show it off. It looks like they were stamping it and they just missed it twice. Right, there's no reason for that. I'll bring up the D100. It has something similar, but it doesn't have two of them. So, and that's how the two compare. D100 happens to be a little bit wider than the S-10. So, there we have it. I believe I have covered everything. The roll test. It goes better than the D100, so there we go. Wheel problems, and it doesn't wobble. That's nice too. Can't complain about that. So there we have it. Reasonably well done S10. Has the rearview mirrors. The one major thing I didn't like though is the teasing of the opening hood. It does not open. Perhaps with force it might, but I don't want to damage it. So, fans and friends, thank you for watching. This is Tumnus from Toronto, and till the next video.